So let's take a breath together and kind of choreograph our pure desire, right? We started using desire again, but in its purity. Yeah, when we distill all desires down to their origin, they all end up being the desire for beingness or being fullness. So just let's step aside, allow the habitual mind to recede a little bit, or maybe a lot. So timeless awareness can arise, or I'm aware that I'm aware in simple terms. And then we identify maybe some of its aspects, even though it's free of aspects, but from the perspective of mind, we could point at some. So doing that is basically invoking the archetypal guru within all of us. And it really helps us all to have an understanding, right? A deep knowing, which is not just a function of the mind alone. We are so much more than we think. We are so much more than we can think. So this text by Longchenpa, these pointing out instructions by him, are beyond the mind. So we suspend the mind while we listen to these texts, so we may experience the beingness of the text itself. And even though I'm a yogi sitting beside you, I'm resonating from timeless awareness. So please, right now, be the presence of luminous, loving, boundless awareness, knowingly. I know that I know. So we are in this awareness, this non-conceptual knowingness. This deeper understanding does not depend on your mind. It's a little sad because your mind will never really understand this directly, and often we still come to these places somewhere in our lives because there is this hope of transcending. But Longchenpa is very clear that this is not the path of transcendence, but the path of transformation, the path of metabolization through timeless awareness. So, as a opening prayer, I like to read. Oh, one moment, I closed it by mistake. There it is. As an opening prayer, I read the first paragraph of the heart essence, as all of you are hearing it every week, and that is the great fortune for me that I get to navigate this a little and read what is blossoming the deepest in my heart right now. And since we are arising in this place together, may it resonate in your heart the way it is joying my heart. So Longchenpa says, the Vajra heart essence. It is really great to know that your mind is not your awareness, and your awareness is not your mind. This discovery is the beginning of liberation. This is the beginning discovery of the Vajra heart essence, the space of the heart. The heart essence is the experience of the innermost space of the heart, that is both the source and manifestation of the continuum of beingness. Luminous beingness of being. Yeah, let's right there. Let's take a breath together. Yeah, and just bright mind, non-distracted mind. Yeah, same mind as Longchenpa. Mind with a capital M this time. Timeless awareness mind. Which is both the source and manifestation of the continuum of beingness. Luminous being of being. The heart essence awareness is the experience of the profound openness and luminosity of the inner space of the heart, and the experience of this spaciousness as the unbound and unborn beingness of being, which is timeless awareness itself. This timeless awareness is found in us. This timeless awareness is found in us and is the innermost awareness within the heart. This heart essence is the pure gnosis, the pure knowingness, the knowingness that knows knowingness itself. This gnosis, this spacious knowingness, is both energy and light. This luminous knowingness is embodied in the flesh of the cave of the heart. So indeed, identify awareness sourcing in the world, in this Nirmanakaya, hello, here we are together, place, arises from the heart. So have awareness, timeless awareness arise up the channels and saturate the space all around with awareness. And the space all around with the knowing of being. So not so confined by anatomy. So let this resonate in the space. So this text, the one that we are reading for a few weeks now, this is the 5th time, is a little bit dense, a little bit at the time. That's only from the perspective of the mind. So just let it resonate. Don't trip over any languaging. Just let it flow. Let it resonate your heart. So we are at the 46th paragraph in the natural freedom of being. It doesn't matter where we are. It's always pointing really right at your heart essence. So, he says, the purity of awareness is unopinionated and gives rise to respect and compassion. You should continue to cultivate the 2 resources of wisdom, knowingness. You should continue to cultivate the 2 resources of wisdom, knowingness, direct perception, and the powerful grounding energy. You should act with directness, virtue, and courage. Within the vigilance of awareness, you can rely on continual awareness as support and as the medium of experience. You can strengthen your awareness practice by viewing the phenomenal manifestations, the world around us, as manifestations of primordial energy and light. You should integrate everything into primordial. You should integrate everything into the primordial awareness field. Just open up, open. Yeah, so there it is. There's what I said earlier. Not transcendence. He says right here, integrate everything into primordial awareness field. Here he goes. As you integrate your mind and the functions of the mind into primordial awareness, as you integrate your mind and the functions of the mind into the primordial awareness field, the consciousness of your mind becomes more and more liberated. And your mind becomes singular in the experience of natural clarity. Through singular awareness, your mental integration will be accomplished. You should not let your awareness either be too tight and constricted, and neither too loose and fuzzy. Allow the external and internal conceptions, allow the external and internal conceptions to arise within the awareness field, as well as the 5 emotional hindrances. And allow the practice of direct perception, knowingness, to self-release these experiences. That is, experiencing and knowing the conflictive experience as manifestations of luminosity and energy. Configurations of consciousness. These will all manifest as the display of awareness. He says, become singular in the experience of natural clarity. So the singular right there, it's not narrow, right, or forced, but undivided. So that's that dual mind perspective in a non-dual perspective, allowing timeless awareness to rise in time, not holding too tight, allowing thoughts to move. They can't be liberated if there is no movement. Not too tight, not too loose. So we are one-pointed into openness, into the field of boundless knowing. And the integration. Allow it to move. Maybe you don't hold so tight, but there is no movement right now. That's fine too. Then there is just the direct knowing of knowingness. So he basically is saying, as the text continues, that all experiences, and he used as example conflictive experiences, as directly recognized, as luminosity and energy. So that's prior to content, right? That's what we meditated on a little yesterday, where we were using thought as a doorway into timeless awareness, and not as an obstacle or an obstruction. So a thought is openness to luminous and open. Longchenpa continues. By practicing the natural release into the awareness field of the conflictive affective states, you will begin to work within the innermost heart of awareness itself, and the power of innermost heart consciousness becomes completely your own. You will be able to transform dreams into states of awareness, as well as transform subtle mental states into states of awareness. And you will be able to transform energetic phenomena through states of awareness. And you will be able to transform states of awareness within yourself and others into the state of the awareness field. My rhythm was a little off. Let's take a breath together. Open-hearted. Longchenpa goes, you will be able to transform dreams into states of awareness, as well as transform subtle mental states into states of awareness. And you will be able to transform energetic phenomena through states of awareness. And you will be able to transform states of awareness within yourself and others into the state of the awareness field. These skills will be unlimited by time and space. Yeah, distance collapses between us two. Let's take a breath together as a pet. Take a breath. Mouth open, release. Suspend the mind. Let the mind recede a little more. Intensify. Timeless awareness not subject to sleepiness. Listen, his languaging is the field of awareness. So boundless. So assume the lion's gaze, awareness, like a turning upon the vastness of the sky-like nature of mind in all directions. Just extend, open up far beyond the boundaries of your body. Maybe saturate the room around you. And don't stop there. As Namkhai Norbu used to say, Dzoghen is galactic. Galactic in its size, galactic in its profundity. Okay, I'll be quiet for a couple minutes. Just let it resonate, metabolize. We'll be together another 15 minutes or so. Relax, stay with us. for the time that we are together, I would also like to read to be maybe another 5 minutes of silence. So the section that is coming up is a bit too long, but I also like this time of us together with Longchenpa on Thursdays to not be too long. I wanted to just be a little blossoming flower, and then you rest and go to bed and take it with you. So I'll read the first paragraph of this because some of you have maybe not heard that. So I'll read the first paragraph of this text that we're reading now, Natural Freedom of Being. So Longchenpa says in the opening of this text, I pay homage to the process of cosmic wholeness. I pay homage to the process of cosmic wholeness. From the very beginning, in a state of harmony, in the unoriginated clear light, unmoving awareness itself is free of any fixation and is totally unbound spaciousness. Within the unsurpassed consciousness existence environment arise the three-dimensional modes of being, the kayas, the three realms, which spontaneously actualize and are totally blissful. Homage to the fundamental fulfillment which is immutable. Although the nature of my own and all living beings' awareness, consciousness, is always pure and expansive, we can aimlessly wander, alienated from and within our beingful existence. This happens and is due to the influence of our primal and primordial ignorance or lack of direct non-conceptual knowingness of being as being. For all those who wish for liberation from this non-knowing state of Ma-Rigpa, I shall give the mode of core teaching about what is essential and ultimately meaningful, namely, this is the path of the noble chariot. Yeah? Let's take a breath together. Just let his pointing out instructions resonate. He said you should not let your awareness either be too tight and constricted and neither too loose and fuzzy. His instruction, practicing the natural release into the awareness field. By practicing the natural release into the awareness field, you will begin to work within the innermost heart of awareness itself. And the power of innermost heart consciousness becomes completely your own. The natural release, the natural liberation, let it flow. Subconscious patterns, ancestral field, storehouse consciousness. It needs to move to be liberated. Okay, my eye fell on a couple sentences that resonate so sweetly, a little lower, that we will read next week. Through this practice, you will arrive at the basis of unconditional freedom. You will gain the qualities of the wisdom eye and direct perception. Your bad dreams will become positive. Then you will recognize your dreams as dreams. Then your dreams will dissolve into the spaciousness of consciousness. At this point, cyclic existence is liberated into the state of unconditional freedom. Thus, within this particular lifetime, you will become fully awake through perfection, the realization of awareness itself. Okay, let's take a breath together. And as is our tradition, I read the last paragraph out of Longchenpa's book, The Basic Space of Phenomena, as a dedication prayer. So, by this virtue, may all beings, without exception, effortlessly reach the primordial ground. May they become spiritual rulers who spontaneously accomplish the two kinds of benefit. Dwelling on the level of Samantabhadra, Kunta Sangpo, without transition or change. In all directions may there be well-being, splendor and wealth, so that everything that is wished for is spontaneously accomplished, as though in a pure realm. May the drum of spiritual teachings resound and the victory banner of liberation be raised. May the sacred teachings never wane but spread and flourish. This text, entitled The Precious Treasury of the Basic Space of Phenomena, composed on the slopes of Gangri Tokar, by a yogin of the most sublime spiritual approach, Longchen Rapyam, is now completely finished. Good fortune, good fortune, good fortune. Oh yeah, good fortune that we may sit in his shine and sit in yours, because your consciousness no other than Longchenpa's. Thank you for writing this beautiful text 1,000 years ago. Well done.